Hey everyone, welcome to Third Shot Podcast. If you're listening to us on your favorite podcast platform, head on over to YouTube, type in Third Shot Podcast, and you can find us and you can look at us and you can leave us a. We are also still active on our social media, Instagram and Facebook at Third Shot Podcast, as well as X at Third Shot Pod. And today we have a very special episode because it's the last one of 2023, a full
Wow.
year. We've
Woohoo!
got to toast to that.
Yeah,
Yeah, 2023. Cheers, you
Cheers.
2023.
guys. What a great year.
Whew.
For people that get a chance to watch this on YouTube, at the very beginning of the show, we kind of do little clips, like Russ put together his little montage. And I love it because it's all of little bits and pieces of our pickleball journey this year. Like a little bit was at a tournament, and some of it was us just kind of messing around. I mean, there was just little bits of, and it kind of reminds me of like, what a great year this has been. It's been so much fun.
It has been a lot of fun. And I think back to, I think it was our New Year's episode, and we were saying what our New Year's resolutions are
Oh yeah,
for the podcast. And one of those was to play in more tournaments this year or to even start because we were like brand spanking new to
yeah,
start playing in tournaments.
Right,
and we
right.
did it. We played in
Yeah,
a
you
PPA
did.
event. I mean, that's the big one.
Yeah, check that off.
Check.
I never stick to New Year's resolutions. This one was like, I'm
We
on it.
actually did it.
Yeah, you are.
What stands out to you, Russ, of this year for our podcast?
Um, yeah, I mean, I would say it's just the kind of the growth of it as far like in so many different ways, right? Like first of all, I'll say um like the growth of you two as like hosting this together, right? Like doing the questions and all of that stuff. Like it's similar to, like Greg and I, we host the business podcast, DIY for Business. Cheap plug. Um, and we've done that for like what 4 years now or something,
Yeah, it's been a while.
you
Yeah.
know. And it's like we listened to the early shows. I don't know, about a year or so ago, we listened to one of the early ones. And it was just like, oh, that's bad. But like, I don't think we ever had a oh, that's bad of this podcast, which is pretty darn cool. And I think that though, like the interview style and the way you guys have um, put everything together on the podcast, there has been growth in that as well. Like it's just gotten better and better. And then the fact that we can go to video, like that was a big leap. Like what, midsummer or something like that, we started doing
Yeah.
video. Like that was cool. And prepping for that, I mean, I was going to my trip to Italy and like researching all the different ways that we could do video and whatnot. So and come back and you guys are ready, and we did it. So that was cool. The live broadcasts, like that was cool, and that was like a growth thing. Right? So growth, I would say, is the overall theme. Plus listenership. That's always good too.
That has grown. Yeah.
Well,
And
yeah.
thank you, everybody that's listening. Thank you
Oh
for
yeah. Big thank
following
you.
us and subscribing. And yeah, that listenership. It's funny you mentioned Italy, your trip to Italy.
Mhm.
I still remember the episode that what did we do? We got on to our
Oh,
phones and we tried to get a translation of pickleball in Italian. Is
right.
that what we tried to do? Oh my gosh, I've never
Oh, that
tried
was so
and
funny.
laughed so hard on a live podcast in my life. I just could not hold it together. That just killed me.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I
We've
can't
had a lot
remember
of
what it
fun.
said, but that was so great. I wish we like yeah, if we were gonna pull together clips, that would be the like one of the top
No,
clips to pull together.
like, I mean, it's just so spontaneous to go, "Let's get our phone out now, Siri, like, how do you say pickleball in Italian?" It went like, oh my gosh. That was
Oh,
just
that's right. I kind of forgot about that, but like, yeah, that was hilarious. That was so funny. Um, yeah, yeah. There's been a lot of like really funny random stuff. Like, when you said what's the shot called? I still don't know what it's called. But the
What?
around the pole.
Oh,
around
the ATP?
yeah.
What did you call it?
Yes. Around the pole. Or did he said something about being on the pole or
Yeah, I
something?
said something about being on the pole. It had a it had
That
a
that
different meaning.
that didn't go over right.
No.
Oh my gosh. What stood out for you,
Oh.
Bridgie?
For me, I think it was the number or like the variety of guests that we've had on the show.
Yeah.
We've gotten to meet so many wonderful people and they've done so many great things, not just within the pickleball community, but we really get to know each and every one of our guests. And hearing about what they do outside of just playing pickleball or whatever their role is, I think it's so inspiring. Like it really does kind of help you see the world differently or to see your communities differently when you get to hear these people's stories. So I think that's
Mhm.
been like a huge eye opener and really meaningful to me as all of our guests.
Yeah. And they come from such various backgrounds. I
Yeah.
mean, some are business people, some are artists, some are athletes. Like just there's not like one type of person that gets into pickleball. Like it's kind of a melting pot of everybody. I think
Yeah,
that's
it
what
is.
makes the sport so fun.
Yep.
Totally.
And Uncle, what about you? What has been most memorable for you?
There's been so many things. I think back, like our very first episode was with Kevin from Diadem, right?
Mhm.
And I was like, he is so cool because I mean that's a big company. Diadem, like they're one of the largest pickleball tennis companies out there. And he was so nice enough to be our first guest. Like we had no audience at all. And he says, "Absolutely, Uncle Greg, I'm there for you. I want to be on the show." And then he was on the first two episodes. He came back again. Like people are just really, really generous and support us and want to be on the show. It's not like they're doing it just to promote something. They want to
Mhm.
help us too, and they want to just get out there and grow the community. Part of our little tagline at the end of each show is like, "Hey, let's grow this community together." And we say it because it's true. Like everybody's in it for the right reasons. Nobody's in it just to like just make a buck, right?
Right.
People are doing it because they really love the sport. Even the people that want to make money, they want to profit because they have a company or something like that. But they want to do it because they love the sport so much. And it's really cool to be around that. Like Russ and I, we're around a lot of business people. And usually it's not that's not their motivation is to kind of help the community in so many different ways. It's like, "Hey, how do I make a lot of dollars? How and that type of thing. But
Right.
in pickleball, it that's not what I see at least. And it's just really refreshing. It's just kind of reinvigorated me and made me excited about humanity in a way. I mean, it's a lot of fun meeting pickleballers and getting to know them from, meeting them on the courts or meeting them through our show or meeting them at different events we go to. They're all just really cool people.
I so I'm sitting in the background during the interview segments, right? So like I don't like I get to experience like the listeners do, right? Like sometimes, yeah, and I think people know this, but sometimes I'm outside barbecuing while producing the show. Like last week's, right? Like I'm making burgers and what's interesting about it is when I'm doing that, and I'm pushing the buttons and stuff to switch the cameras and whatnot, but I'm experiencing it like a listener and I'm enjoying it. It's like it's fun. So I think, the guests and the two of you like just make it fun, you make it entertaining. And what's really cool and this has happened the last like two or three times that I can really call out is like as I'm listening and cooking or doing whatever, and I come up with a question. I'm like, oh, I kind of want to know this. Sure enough, within, a question or two, you guys are asking that question, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that is
So,
That's
cool.
like, I
good.
like
Yeah.
that. So it's like from the listener perspective, because that's what I get to be there. It's been fantastic with the interviews that I've heard and that I've been listening to. So kudos on that for sure.
Well, I think we also need to give you some kudos too, because this whole thing wouldn't even be possible if it weren't for you, because you're the one behind the scenes making it all happen, switching the cameras, editing it so we don't sound so foolish at the end of it. And you make it look cool too with the transitions, and it's just you make it so easy and you make it seem like
Thank you.
we
Thank
know
you.
what we're doing.
Well, you know what though? That too. So my editing time on this, and we're talking like we used to just do audio, right? To like edit one of our episodes, it would take like, it's a 30-minute episode. It would take me almost, an hour and a half or whatever. But now we're doing video and it's taking me like 45 minutes to edit a 30-minute episode. So you guys make it easy for me because you don't make mistakes. Like there's rarely there was that one question that you asked Greg that the guy didn't say, like, oh no, I don't want to answer that. I
Right,
forget
right,
that one.
right. I
Like
think I caught
that's
him
the
off
last
guard.
time I
I
had to
think I
edit.
caught him off guard. Yeah.
Like so we're not having to do much there. So because we're like basically doing live to tape, which means I think you guys got to do more live stuff because that's fun. I like doing that.
The
Well,
live.
when we were at the Las Vegas Open, the Shamrock Open, you were doing live. You were actually on the
Yeah,
court
yeah,
interviewing people, kind of doing play-by-play of our matches. That was a really fun episode.
that was fun. And some of that is like I think actually because we're doing audio, that's over on the Podbean side. Like if you can listen to that. But that was so much fun. Like I who knew that like going to a pickleball tournament and talking to a microphone and walking around would be fun, but it totally was. Like there was there was this one couple there that like, well, they weren't a couple, but these two people playing, a man and a woman. I don't know if you guys remember this from the thing, but there was a man and a woman playing, and then all of a sudden, like they're getting each other's digits. And I'm watching the whole thing from behind. Like they had both just won. Like one, was like a bronze and one was a silver or something. And like, they were gonna play together.
Oh.
They found love on the pickleball court. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. So I didn't
We
want to
need
go
a
interview them
follow-up.
because I didn't want to I almost said something else, but ball block I believe is what I said in there. Pickleball block them.
What were you gonna say, Russ? I'm just curious.
I forget what I said. I said actually, I think I said pickleball block. I think
Oh, okay.
that's what I went with on the air.
Okay.
That's funny. Well,
But yeah,
that
that was
was a
fun.
lot of
That was
fun.
fun. And then your last live was fun. I already made fun of you for the camera work. I like
Yes.
calling that out whenever I can.
Yes.
I'm not going to show a clip because we'd have to blur it out. But
It wasn't on purpose, people. I just, I don't know. I don't know.
So funny.
I almost started the show like this. Greg's doing
Oh,
camera.
no. Well, I can safely say it was better on the other video.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy. Oh
Yeah,
boy.
it's been a great year. I can't
It really
wait.
has.
I really can't wait to what's gonna happen for us in next year.
Yeah.
2024 is just gonna be a blast. And I think, Russ, you had mentioned, I don't know if it was on this podcast or other podcasts, that most podcasts don't last very long. Like,
No,
the
I
average
forget their
podcast
number,
lasts,
but
what, 3 episodes or I don't know.
yeah, it's
Not
I
very
think it's
long.
like 10 episodes is like you've made it more than, whatever, like 80% of them, some crazy
Yeah.
number. I forget what it is, but yeah, it's not easy to get to like what is it, 50?
We're in our 50s now, yeah.
Yeah.
We are.
And
Yeah,
Almost
that's
60.
fantastic.
52, 53, 50. No, wait, we're probably like 56 right now, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's great.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think next year, one of our goals should be to be together more often, because that tournament was so fun when we were
That
all
was fun.
there. Yeah, we
That
could make
was.
it
And we got
happen.
barbecue after.
Oh, that was great.
That was
That was great.
really
Yeah.
good.
That
You
was
know what
good
though?
barbecue.
The thing about the barbecue though, it wasn't just the three of us. There were four of us
That's
there.
true. There was one of our other team members was with us, and you
Mhm.
know what? We should ask her to join us for this last episode of the year.
We should just turn on our camera and bring her in.
Yeah,
All
bring
right,
her
well,
All
in.
right.
let's
All
bring her
right.
in.
There we
Hey,
go.
there she
Hello.
is.
We
Hello,
did
everyone.
it.
Amanda, you have finally made the show.
Yes, it's an honor to be here.
To commemorate
Geez, we
this
gotta.
moment
It's
that
time.
Amanda
Oh
made her
yeah.
first appearance on our Third Shot podcast. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I've never prepared for the second shot. I'm not
I
usually.
know,
There we go.
I
But
know.
to give you the proper introduction for our audience, Amanda has been doing our marketing for us for the podcast, and she's been doing a wonderful job. And we go, why hasn't she been on the show? We need to get her on and talk a little bit about what's going to happen in 2024. But before we do, introduce yourself to our audience.
Hello, my name is Amanda. I'm Uncle Greg's daughter, but you'll be Uncle Greg for this show. But yeah, I go to UNLV. I'm Brigie's cousin, and I like followed in her footsteps and wanted to go to UNLV as well. And yeah, I've just been having a lot of fun doing the marketing behind the scenes for Third Shot, and I'm really excited for what's coming up. I have some really exciting ideas, and we have some stuff in the works. So yeah.
And because we all just went through what our favorite part of this past year was to us, do you have a favorite moment of being a part of the Third Shot family?
Yeah, I do. I really liked the St. Patrick's Day match that we were all at, and we got the barbecue and everything. But I think my favorite part of that was when we did the St. Patrick's Day dinner that they invited us to, which wasn't really part of the tournament, but we got invited to go.
I think we
And
crashed it, actually.
I think
yeah,
so too. We were severely underdressed.
yeah, I had a like Vans backpack on.
Do
But
you remember like everybody was super dressed up?
Yes.
This was at the country club after the pickleball. I was like, who has time to go home and shower and do their hair and everything? But they were like looking good, and then we roll in our shorts.
Sweaty. I think I had like sweat crust on my forehead. I was in all of my pickleball stuff. It was not a good look.
yes, you
But the
got a
food was good.
massage though, right?
Oh,
Didn't
man.
you?
I didn't.
Who got a massage? Did
Your
anybody?
dad.
Yeah, I did.
We
I
had
go,
no shame. We were there. You worked hard. Like it was,
exactly. You know, everybody was wearing like sport coats and stuff like that. You can't enjoy a massage in a sports coat. I'm just wearing a t-shirt and shorts. I go, dig in, guys. Go for it. Like, get
yeah,
Nice.
get
I
those
love
muscles loose.
yeah. But I think that was just my favorite part because like when we're all sitting there and like in this beautiful place and we're like overlooking the golf course and everything, it was like kind of just a full circle moment, and it was really cool that like you guys just had an idea that year and it got us to that point where we could like get invited to a fancy dinner. And so yeah, that was really cool.
Sort of invited.
Yeah.
Sort of invited. We stumbled upon.
You don't have to say that part.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. We had the VIP invite, the red. Behind
Yeah,
the red
that was so cool, and
red
it was really
carpet. Whole bit.
beautiful, and I was
It
happy to be
was.
there with everybody.
Yeah, Lake Las Vegas really hosted a fantastic event. They were so nice to us and put us up in a table, a tent. They set us up with electricity. They let us do the show from there. We gave out a whole bunch of merch. It was really cool. So thank you to Lake Las Vegas.
Yeah,
Yes.
they even gave me when I was uploading stuff because I had like I was uploading the podcast. They like gave me like I went into this like super cool room and I'm sitting there. They've got like a drink poured for me.
A
Awesome.
butler? Where'd you come
Yeah.
from?
Yeah, exactly. Like what? This is
We were living our best
yeah, they were
life.
awesome.
Right? And without pickleball, none of this would have happened.
Yeah,
Very
exactly.
true.
Exactly.
So Amanda, tell everybody, what have we been talking about? What are we thinking about for 2024?
So I would say the biggest thing that's going to be happening, well, we can just announce it right now, is we are opening a merch shop. So we're gonna start doing our own Third Shot podcast merch. I've started creating some like custom designs that are super cool. And we'll have stickers, mugs, sweatshirts, t-shirts. And yeah, so I'm really excited about this. And we're also kind of dabbling in like doing some collab merch with our guests, which is a really cool opportunity to kind of just network with the guests and our fans. And yeah, I
Yeah.
think it'll be a really cool opportunity to collaborate.
Are you excited about getting your design on? Like when people come to you and say, "Hey, I have this vision. Can you put together something for my company or for them just their personal brand?"
Yes, I'm so excited and I'm putting it out there. I'm open to anything, whatever you guys want me to create. But yeah, it's been so fun. Like even just this past week creating or experimenting with designs for Third Shot has been like super fun. And it's something that I haven't really done before. So yeah, I'm really excited and I'm just like learning but along the way. But yeah, it's super exciting. And I think there's a lot of I just have a lot of ideas. So I'm very excited to do it all.
We are super excited
Yeah.
too. And I'll tell everybody, we got a little sneak peek of these designs that are up and coming. And I think it's going to be a hit. You're going to have something for everyone. I think every type of pickleball player that we've seen on our show, they're going to find something that they like,
Yes.
especially the guests.
Yes. And that's another thing I was going to say is like, I really wanted to make stuff that could just be worn as like a cute pickleball apparel, but it doesn't have to be necessarily Third Shot. I just want it to be able to stand on its own and be like something that you would wear every day. So that was kind of my main goal, and hopefully people like it for Third Shot or just like it in general.
Nice.
But yeah.
It's gonna
So
be cool, I think, to like when you first see somebody like walking on the street wearing one of these. It's like, wait, I made that.
yeah,
would
can you make one for
That'll be
Russ that
cool.
specifically says around the pole or get
Yes.
around the pole?
Mhm. And it'll have nothing to do with pickleball. It'll just have those words.
Just a pole.
Yeah. I can definitely do that. And we can put your
Oh,
name on the back and it'll
My
just
Yes.
imagination is running wild right now, and it's got to stop. This is not something that I gotta rewind.
Yes. This is just a taste of what I can create for you, whoever
nice.
brands out there. Like I can
You got a whole new brand, Russ. You got a
Yeah.
whole new brand
Yeah.
coming
You
up.
know, actually, that's kind of an interesting thing. Like, what we could do is, as we have those funny moments, right? Like, whatever random moment like that one, make it a shirt. Like, we'll just
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
throw up a
Yes.
different episode.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Me and my friend always say you should put that on a t-shirt, but now we can
Now we
actually
can
put it
actually
on.
make that happen.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I like it.
That's a good idea. I like that.
I like one.
I
I would
do
like one
too.
that says "Move the camera up." I think that would be. It would be women's.
We're gonna have very niche shirts for just inside jokes.
So, like, I'm just trying to picture that one. Would it just be like I'm thinking, like, you know how you have like a phone, right? And you have the screen on your phone, and it's just right there, and that's the shirt. Is with a little record in the top
Yeah,
left-hand
record
corner.
on.
Record on. That's what I'm
Oh,
thinking that design will be. And then
Perfect.
underneath will say, "No, move the camera up," or something like that. Yeah.
right, right.
You're gonna have so much fun with us, Amanda.
Oh,
I'm very
man.
happy.
All these different ideas.
I'm happy to be here. This is great.
And one of the
So
other
this,
things you're gonna like think about is like how are we changing our social media identity as well?
Yeah, so that's another big thing. I want to really hone in our brand um, on everything Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Yeah, I want to really brand it, especially because we are doing merch and everything. I think it would be cool to have an iconic.
Well, now that we just came up with two great ideas, we have to do TikTok on those two ideas.
Yes, yes.
We got,
Oh, yeah, we could throw TikTok in the mix.
yeah,
Yeah.
right? I
Oh,
can
yeah,
just
I have a lot of
imagine the
good
around the
ideas.
pole video on TikTok. That one's gonna that's gonna go viral.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, so that's another thing. I want to get into TikTok more too. And we were talking about taking clips from the podcast, and we can post those up on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. If you want to know how to say pickleball in Italian or whatever it was, we'll
Oh
have
That should
yeah,
be a
that's a good
shirt.
one.
that
Yes.
would be
yeah.
another great shirt.
Have a
Yeah.
Well, I'll make that
pickleball with a wine glass, a little red wine, and then
Yeah,
pickleball
on
in
yeah.
top of
Italian.
spaghetti.
Uh-huh.
Spaghetti.
Yes.
Well,
So
Russ was actually doing the pizza in Italy.
I
He was
was.
going nuts on the
I was.
pizza.
well, that'll be my first clip then. So everybody has easy access. They'll know what we're talking about and
Right.
be in on the t-shirt joke. But yeah, so
Uh,
yeah, there's a lot of
the trivia show too. I'm sure something would come out of that. Brigie put my head on like the Alex Trebek body.
oh
Yeah.
my
Oh
god.
yeah.
For one of the podcasts. That was kind of fun too.
Yes.
Actually, that was one of my favorite cover arts to our show. I look
Yeah,
at that one and I crack up all the time because it really does look like Alex Trebek with Russ's head on him.
yeah. And my head's giant, which it works because it is.
It had to be.
Yeah.
I didn't want any copyright, legal issues.
And that was just one of our trivia shows because Brigie, you hit Russ and I with like trivia questions
Oh, that's
too with
right.
terms,
I
and then we had to
did.
come up with it. That was a crazy episode.
That's right.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Oh man, this is how bad my memory is. But there was one that we both kind of totally got wrong, like big time. So that's another one you got to go watch.
Yeah,
We can make like a
It's another
highlight
embarrassing one for us.
funniest
yeah.
moments.
And we had so much
Oh,
fun in the
man.
first segment trying to do the trivia that we just took it into the second segment and we started asking Mike Gottfried of Pickle the same questions, and he had to come up with the answer, and he was
See,
having fun with
nobody
it as
knew.
well too.
Yeah.
So
That's fun. Yeah, we should do that, like funniest moments of the year or something. That would be
yeah,
That would be a lot of
clip it all
fun.
up, throw it on our social media posts. That'd be fun.
Totally. Yeah, there's a
Well,
lot of them for sure.
what I really like about your idea though is that this kind of gives our guests a little bit more spotlight and recognition, aside from just like the initial post and being able to carry that out and kind of marketing a little bit more for them too. So I cannot wait for you in 2024. It feels weird even saying that.
I know that I was like processing it in my head when you said that, but yeah, that's super true. Like, I think it'll benefit everybody. I want to generate more.
Well, I think that's the fun part is like you really want to collab with our guests on their companies, their brand, whatever they do, whether it's paddle, whether it's clothing. I was looking at some of the past shows we had, what the muscle cream, spike muscle cream. We got the flow caps. And by the way, I used the flow caps again, and I've used it like a handful of times since we got our samples. It's helping. Trust me, people. If you guys want to like really zero in, level up your concentration and your focus, these flow caps work. So anyway, go check them out.
Yeah.
And then the cool thing is like we should in 2024 have a spot on our website. So if you come take a look at thirdshotpodcast.com, you can look at all the different products that we've had on the show. A lot of them have discount codes. So yeah, come take a look at our website and look at the different things, listen to the show, learn a little bit more about the different products. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yes. Oh, so adding on to that, if you want to see our merch website, you can go to cafepress.com/third shot. Or you can go through our website and there's a tab to access it through there.
Yep. Go
Yeah.
on to thirdshotpodcast.com and hit the merch button,
Store.
and it should take you right to our store where you get to see all of Amanda's designs.
Yes.
Yeah. And if anyone's thinking of an idea of what they want to see on a shirt or like a
Yes.
saying of any type, like send it in a message to us on Instagram, comment it, and we'll be checking because we've got a lot of fun things to design.
That is a
Totally.
great idea. That was a
Yeah,
great
I
idea.
like that.
Actually, Russ and
Really
I,
great
we
idea.
used to, we were friends with another business podcast, and they would create their own stickers from people would suggest ideas from their show. So I love this
Oh,
idea. This is perfect. Let's do it.
Yeah.
yes. Send your suggestions. Send your favorite quotes of the show.
Yeah. Well, fantastic. And, I'm glad that people finally get to meet you, Amanda, and, get to see the brains behind our marketing.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This was
We
a
will,
lot
ha-
of fun.
we will have you again. Why don't we take this opportunity to toast to 2024? It's going to be a great year.
2024.
Cheers, everybody.
2024.
Cheers.
Happy New Year. Even though it's a little early.
This is our third shot.
It is.
Look at that.
Well, on that note, thank you everybody for joining us on Third Shot this whole entire year. We couldn't do it without you. We do it for you. Hopefully, you're getting as many laughs as we are. We're really enjoying the opportunity to talk to all of you and kind of share our pickleball journey with you. You're getting to meet more and more of our team, and we'll have more people to introduce you to next year. We already have a number of fantastic guests lined up. So stay tuned with the Third Shot podcast. I promise you, you're going to enjoy 2024. See you soon.